Ellen, microphone.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I didn't put on my microphone, but it's fine. I'm here from the Netherlands, Ellen Koster. And we're going to talk about a very interesting expansion within Evorich today. And I was asked to host two beautiful people and also very passionate people this morning regarding the expansion with the BOBcoin project. I'm not sure if they're already online. I have to see if they are already here. We're going to talk today with Mila Serdyukova, a member of the Strategic Council of Evorich and also the director of Evorich. And she's going to get us a little bit more informed about, well, not a little, just get all the detailed information about the strategy of Evorich with the new project and the collaboration with the BOBcoin project. And together today with also Bob Ultee, he also will join us this morning here in the Netherlands. It's morning, and he's gonna share with us more. He is the CEO and co-founder of BOBeco, and he's going to share with us more about the project, about the history, about what he already built with a great team. He's a very passionate person. You will see, also very passionate about his project. So we would love to hear more from him. I'm just wondering, we're going to ask some questions. What I did understand with Mila Serdyukova and also with Bob Ultee, it might also be that we can see something about the project by some slides or a movie. We'll just see how things are going. We also will have the chat open. I will do my best to get a really, really nice interview with both these great people. And I just want to share a little bit how I got in contact with Bob Ultee. I was introduced to Bob more than 1.5 years ago. He was visiting our office here in the Netherlands, and he was really wondering, what's all about with the World Crew, with the worldwide portfolio. And that's when the first time that I met Bob. Very interesting questions. He had some questions I couldn't even answer. He's an experienced investor. So I was asking the question, looking for the answers with some other colleagues. And I really had a good, really a nice meeting. But also sometimes I was a little bit like, oh, do I know everything? Can you imagine 1.5 years ago, I was just starting out. But I learned a lot by that time. And then later on, he shared also the Bob project already with me. So it's like interesting to see how much has changed within the project, how much it has grown. Also, I would say it's very rare that Andrey Khovratov, he is sharing his investments with us. So he invested in the Bob project 1 year ago. And he is going to share, he's going to give us as a present the tokens. And this is very special. So for all of us to have the best understanding, what's all about the new strategy, what's all with the benefits for the community. But next to that, what is the project all about? That's what I like for the next 55 minutes still to have more understanding about. So I'm just wondering, Mila, are you already online?
Hey, yes, I am.
Oh, great. Well, thank you for, between all your hard work, to have some time to talk to us and to share with us a very, I would say, a big decision to have an expansion for a next project. Here's Bob. We just saw him with the camera on. Maybe we can start out, Mila, and then hop on later with Bob when he is ready. It's amazing to see the expansion within the challenging world what we have right now. And you also were looking at the Bob project for a longer time. Also met Bob in person. What I understand in Dubai, it was a good coincidence that you were there, that you also could meet him. We're just wondering, we get a present, we get expansion, there are some benefits, but also, how do you feel about the expansion? And could you maybe give a little bit more insights about the decision and the way that we're going with this project within Evorich?
Yes, thanks a lot, Ellen. Thank you everybody to join this webinar. Before we start, I wanted to apologize to Michael, or Michelle, sorry, and Richard. I will explain the situation because I can see that people felt like we stole somebody's webinar, and this is not the case. There are multiple people sent messages yesterday about planned webinar between Bob and Michelle. And because we are doing cooperation for the first time, it's very important to stream information from the corporate perspective on all languages. Because if we would have the first webinar with Bob, official webinar, but only for English-speaking countries, guys, you will not imagine how many complaints we would receive, top leaders, from other people who could not be able to listen and understand. That's why when I saw that there is a webinar planned by Bob and Richard and Michelle, I asked, let's do the corporate webinar first, so all languages can be on the same page. Let's do the corporate webinar so everybody understands that this is official. So that's why if you guys, like if Michelle or Richard felt like we stole something away, we did not. It was my request to do multi-languages because we have multi-language community, and webinars like this are crucially important because what we will share with you today together with Bob and Ellen, this will be the next steps for our cooperation, for our company development, and each of you part of the company. So that's why it's important to have such important webinars on all languages. So this is only reason I have requested to do for everybody. So please don't feel bad about this. It's going to be for the good sake of the company. So this is just a little like introduction to the situation, but let's cut it short. I have met Bob finally face-to-face a few weeks now ago in Dubai, and I really love his energy, his excitement. He's the person, sending everyday messages. When we're going to do this, when guys are going to send the translation, when the letters are ready. So he really keeping us, completely boost in this, in this crazy world, which I really love. And with Evorich, so we already sent everybody to entire database, the letter, which already translated to more than 6 languages about what will happen next. So we are now in the process of synchronizing some of the IT elements from Evorich to STO Cup, and this will happen within this week. And we already have signed an official documents where we just clarify from our side that yes, this is the route we're choosing to do. And Bob also confirmed with his team, with his legal team and IT team, that yes, they will be able to distribute Andrey Khovratov personal tokens, Bob points, to all shareholders of the WCRU token. So now Evorich is preparing the list of the people to distribute tokens accordingly to the letter you have received yesterday. So this is all happening this week. Actually, IT guys working on it now. As soon as we finish with the database, you will see 2 stages. The first stage is synchronization with the STO Cup. So you will see your old ranks, and you will see the same network. So our idea of cooperation is to synchronize the same processes. So remember, we have promised every single member of Evorich community that no matter what businesses you will promote, you always will have the same tree. So you as a network marketer professional, you don't need to rebuild the business again and again. So the same logic is here. We're gonna have exactly the same tree. Everybody will have the same organizations and everything will stay exactly the same. So step number 1 will be to synchronizing existing the database. And step number 2, as you know, we have now new ranks in our back offices. So the step number 2 will be to get you correct rank across all back offices, include STO Cup. And we think that this might take approximately 2 or 3 weeks, because from one side, synchronization, it's an app integration is complicated process, but from another hand, we also want to do all the testings and everything to making sure that the structure can be sustained, because this is the most important for the business builders. And please put plus if you agree with me, guys. So I'm not just making assumptions, but if you agree that this tree, the most important business, which some of you have built for so many years, should be sustained, because this is only reason why we have slight delays. Otherwise, we would already jump on STO Cup, you know, like from Tuesday. So it's all will take some logical time to synchronize it. I think these are the main announcements. And now again, IT and legal team are working further to synchronize. And also because of this extra synchronization, you remember we had also announcement in our community that you will see new ranks from 1st April. This now also might delay slightly, because we do now in parallel few processes. So the rank upgrade might also be, well, rank not upgrade, it's not correct to call upgrade, but new rank will be appealing in your back offices approximately 2 or 3 weeks. We're gonna do this together. These two processes need to be synchronized. So therefore, 1st of April, you will not see the difference yet. It will take another 2 or 3 weeks. I think this is the most important. But now, without any further hesitation from my side, so I explain you all what is happening from our side, from Evorich. We're moving forward. We are excited. And I would like to pass the floor person who is behind the Bob coin. You have seen him already on some of our webinars. Bob, who will be able to share a little bit more about the project itself, and most importantly, what window of opportunity we still have in order to support this project. Bob, passing to you.
Yes, thank you so much. Mila, all honor, of course. I'm very happy that you already thanked, special thanks to Richard Bonnell and Michelle Allen from Australia. Very special thanks to them. Actually, it was their initiative when the rumor started zooming in the world that
I would say the internet connection with Bob is slightly gone. Let's see if he can get back.
I am back. I am here.
Okay, great.
I'm here. No,
we hear you again. We hear you again, Bob. Great.
So I'm very satisfied with that. So we're very happy and very positive that Richard took the initiative together with Michelle. That's for us very important.
Bob, I don't think he hears us, but his internet connection, unfortunately, is not good. I will text him. Let's see. Bob, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
We could not hear you. Okay, so it was a good initiative from Richard
and Michelle.
And then we lost you. And then we lost
us. So at the moment that the Zoom connection was the Zoom, that it was zooming through the world, that we were starting cooperation, immediately they approached me, which is, I think, as an entrepreneur, very good. That you immediately go to someone and go straight to the point, very easy. Hey, Bob, what's going on? I had a long talk with Richard, I had a long talk with Michelle, who went through their network again. And the network gets slowly interested, as a network usually does when you have good leaders. And immediately they asked, can you do a webinar? So that's how it happened up. In the meantime, I was in Dubai with Mila and with Armands. We finalized actually what was discussed with Andrey a week before, how to put it all in jars. And from that point on, it went quite fast. But it's nice maybe for me to take 15 to 20 minutes to introduce myself and the introduction of the whole company, what we do, and the whole idea behind the STO Cap, behind Bob, because 20% of the people already know it, but the other 80% doesn't. So before we start asking all the questions, then it might be much easier to have everybody on the same level. So I'll start with it. My name is Bob Ultee. coming from the Netherlands, 43. Did a lot of entrepreneurship in my life. I started when I was working when I was 14. So already almost 30 years ago. Had my first business sold at 16, sold the business at 18. When I was 20, I studied in the US. I traveled a really lot. Started the concept in retail, in soaps and cosmetics. Was quite successful. Till 2012, we did 3 IPOs on the New York Stock Exchange. We brought the company to the stock exchange when everybody said it was impossible. But we were the first one that did a reverse listing on the New York Stock Exchange in 45 years in the Netherlands. We got rewarded for that, became finalist in the Entrepreneur of the Year 2 times. A lot of good things in entrepreneurship. We lost a lot in 2012 when we went bankrupt because the bank went bankrupt. And then we had to start all over again. But I always say a good entrepreneur always can start once or twice. In the US, we're used to that. But if something goes wrong, you step up and you do it again. I'm always taught that as long as you stand up one more time than you fall, then you're always successful. So that's what we should do. In companies, mistakes are made. You choose for strategies. And sometimes you choose the wrong strategy. You have to say, guys, I choose the wrong strategy. We go in the other way around. And that's how I learned my whole life being an entrepreneur. 5 years ago, I started with retail and Amazon and large quantities of goods. And around the time of 2017, 2 of my friends approached me and said, Bob, you're working so much in China now with strollers and with a lot of things that we did. Why don't you meet me? So I met one of my friends, Bjorn, and Bjorn said, yeah, we are selling our company here. So 3 of my they make a lot of money by selling their company, an old company. And at the moment that they sell it, one of them says, I will never work again. I'm going to the beach. And the other one says, I stay where I am and I do what I do. And the last one said, you know what, I'm going to Africa. I'm going to improve the world. That was 2017. The one that started improving the world improved a little bit too much in our perspective because one of the friends called me and said, Bob, we have an issue. Our friend Rien, he's giving away everything he has. He's giving it away. Yeah, but that cannot be what we wish. But Rien's opinion is that you always need a certain level where you're, as a person, you're rich and you can do whatever you want to do. And you don't need any more, so the rest you can give away, which is I have a sympathetic feeling with it, but I understand what he says. But it doesn't always work when inflation and hyperinflation is coming, especially. That can be very painful at the end of the road. So I said, but why are we giving everything away? We're giving away water, we're giving away jars, we're giving away bicycles, we're giving away equipment to start fishing. We're giving away anything you can possibly do, we're giving it away. So why don't we start learning those people to make their own living? We start microcredits. So Rien made his way in Uganda, and he said, you know what, I'm going to give away microcredits. We're going to give loans. So the 3 of us, me, Rien, and Bjorn, we put a little money in it, and we started giving credits, and what we call Charity 2.0. So you're giving a microfinance loan, and that loan you're getting repaid, and then you can read it again, and it goes quite quick, because in Africa, the rates and interests are very high, too high in my perspective. It goes up to 30%, which we never charge. We always stay between 10 and 15%, but it's a month, so it goes quite quick. And we asked there, how can we secure that it will all be paid back? But in Africa, the paying moral is quite high. Everybody expects it's not, but it is. And after 3 years, we have given out almost 170,000 microcredits, which we regained. We got back 98.6% was recovered, including the interest. So we were making high profits. But every month, Rien says to us, hey, Bob, we need more money. We need more money. Yeah, but we're making a lot of money. Why do we need to put in more money? And at the end of the row, we started analyzing what we were doing. And we found out that actually, like 30 years ago in the Far East, people were all getting a better life. And getting a better life also means that you want to get the logistics on the road. You want to start moving. People want to start moving, not walking or bicycle, but they want to get a motorcycle. So like in the Far East, what happened there is they're all getting motorcycles. I said, where all the motorcycles come from? Yeah, we finance them and then they pay them back because it's called Boda Boda. Boda Boda means taxi. So they use them to bring fruits. They use them as trucks. They use them as taxis. They use them as cabs. They use them for everything. They make money with their motorcycles. They call it Boda Boda. So we said, okay, we finance it. But after a while, I said, where do these motorcycles come from? Because we had supply problems. Yeah, they all come from India and they come from China. And the quality is, yeah, so-so. So, but guys, if I have to see this, this is the model 1986. It's an AX or an MB motorcycle. That doesn't work. It's very, very, very polluting. And I think that we're seeing actually exactly the same what happened 30 years ago in the Far East. You see the cities are getting all motorcycles in because of the economy that goes up. But we're only polluting, and polluting. Yeah, we agree. Those are the motorcycles that they make, and all the products that are not allowed anymore in India and China and in the Far East. Yeah, they put production lines up to Africa, and there they start producing it again and selling it. Yeah, guys, but this is irrespectable to the world. It's inappropriate, and I guess that in 20 years, the European Union, the American Convention of Washington, the Convention of Seoul, and the whole world is saying, oh, we're shocked. Africa is polluted because you already saw that in the most polluted cities in the world, there was never an African city inside. And now suddenly there are African cities inside the top 10 of most polluted cities. But that's all because of the motorcycles, not because of cars, motorcycles. So I said, why don't we make these electric? Because I travel a lot to the Far East. I only hear electric. And if I'm in Shanghai at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Thursday, it sounds like Amsterdam on a Saturday morning because it's all electric vehicles. So we went to Suzuki, the main supplier of the motorcycle model AX100 or MB100, the most classic model of all motorcycles, the mother of all motorcycles, as they call it in Africa. And I said, I want this motorcycle to be electric. And the first thing they did was to laughing at me and say, hey, Bob, we have 40 different models here, all electric, perfectly tested. Take one of those. Yeah, but that's impossible because the model that the MB100, the AX100 is a model which they is the model that they understand they can repair. They have spare parts for it. They have the knowledge for it. They understand it. It's for them, it's a good vehicle. I want this vehicle. So they refused. So I went back to Rien and Bjorn and said, you know what? Why don't we develop it ourselves? At the end of the day, we went back to Suzuki Yingcheng a few times. That's the producer of Suzuki in China, the state factory. The guys redevelop it, make it better, make it even more better, make better batteries. We pay the development. So $1 million further on development cost. The motorcycle was finished and we started the production line. And we started the first models, the first electric models, started testing it. And it was a success because, yeah, it's quite good. But in the meantime, it was the end of 2020, 2019, 2020 came. And in 2020, you saw the crypto going up. But what we saw with Rien is that there were so many, the economy in Africa was growing so fast that the whole village, it was not the village was asking, can you supply me motorcycles? But we're getting small cities and mayors of small cities, hey, can you supply us? Because our loans were getting up and up in volume. And I said, how are we ever going to finance? Because if this happens, what will immediately go on is that at the moment that you're growing so fast, you get an order, we need to pay it in China to pay the motorcycles. Then they're being shipped and then we can lease them out. And the returning time in that schedule is good, but you have to finance it. And if we're getting mayors and governments that are ordering, that doesn't work. How are we ever going to finance this? Because if they order 10,000 motorcycles, we need to have millions and millions and 10 times millions to make the orders. How are we going to finance it? But as you assume in the Western world, if you go to a bank and you say, hello, my name is Bob, and I'm very known, my name is Bob, I would like to start leasing out motorcycles in deep dark Africa. Can you please supply me with money so I can do my supply? So that would be an impossible one. So we said, how are we going to finance this? So the whole thing started off, and that was funny. It was the end of 2020. Crypto was completely the bomb. And I said, you know what? Why don't we make our own crypto? At first, it was a joke. And I got involved in the same time around that period with Ellen and some people from Evorich in Holland, also John Crowdinvesting, and we got involved. And I got interested in how that worked with the MLCI program and STOs. Since I did 3 IPOs in my life and a reverse listing, and I'm never afraid if somebody says it's impossible, then it gets interesting for me. It was a challenge for me to start finding out how those STOs worked.
Bob, we can't hear you.
Bob, we lost you.
You lost me?
Yes. Can you please repeat again after STO, and then connection gets disconnected?
Oh, let me check what's going. Let me check what's going on, because is that now better?
Yes.
It's now better. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is that let me check it for a second. Let me check.
Do you guys enjoy the history of listening, the Bob history about everything? Put some reaction in chat, because for most of you, this is the first time you're hearing.
No, I'm back again. I think this connection is stable. So we started checking out how the STO worked. But if you look at an STO, it's quite an interesting model, and it's actually financially seen, it's a very correct model. So what happens is that if you have a correct model like an STO,
Sorry, Bob, but we cannot hear you again. Let's see if we can get Bob back.
Motorcycle.
Bob,
what happened there is that we made, at that moment, we started to change it, and we said, hey, so if we buy a motorcycle with Suzuki, we put a price, we don't have to deduct it because it's our equity, but the income that we will receive times 98.6% is actually our profit, and we can put it on the balance because we're sure that it comes. Because if you did 170,000 loans, you can also do 300,000 loans or 1 million loans. It doesn't matter. Your number of 98% is pretty solid. So what we did is we started talking to Suzuki, and we said, you know, why don't we make a crypto? Why don't we do an STO? And Suzuki, in the meantime, Suzuki Yingcheng, then I have to say, got very interested in how this works, because they were getting interested in the methods that we were using in Africa, because they were losing their battles against Yamaha and Bajaj. So that's why don't we, can we not partner up with you? Is that possible? I said, okay, partner up with me. Let's make our own production lines, but I want the best conditions. I think that we can really get market leader in this market. So we made a partnership with Suzuki Yingcheng, made our own factory with them, production lines ready that we could move really, really big volumes. At the same moment, Rien in Africa was not talking to small mayors anymore in villages, but to cities. At the same moment, we started doing the coin. We didn't expect it to be a big success. And one of my friends, and that's where a little joke comes in between, one of our partners said to me, Bob, they're called Boda Bodas. Eh? Yeah, they're called Boda Bodas. I cannot make it any better. They're Boda Boda. But how do you want to make it a concept like you did before with your stores? We had 900 stores at the end. And I said, yeah, it's very simple. You need to make them you need to be able to recognize them. And if you go to the US, the caps are yellow. You go to Australia, they're pink and green. In Thailand, you see pink taxi cabs. It's always a very ugly color because you have to see them from a distance. So you know what? We're coming from Holland. Let's make them orange. We call them orange Bodas. So a week later, Bjorn called me and said, Bob, we need a logo for the company. So you know what? Make it orange. An orange, like an apple is successful, lime is successful. The next one that will be successful is an apple, and an orange. So we cut an orange in two. But if you put orange on orange, an orange background, it doesn't work. So at that moment, Bjorn said, you know what? We make it blue. We make it a blue-orange. We call it blue-orange Bodas. So I didn't get a joke at the beginning. And he said, you know what? The good thing is we have a company name. So the company name was born. And that's how it became. You can see it. You see the logo in the middle. It's the blue-orange Boda. So the middle thing is an orange. And then you read it as Bob. So Bob, you made it. We're going to call it Bob. Also for apps, it's easy. Everybody can remember, they can pronounce it. We're going to call it the Bob. And by the way, the coin we're making, we're calling it the Bob coin. say, okay, whatever. I thought it was a joke. So 3 weeks later, we made our coin, the BOBC coin. And the coin, when it started turning, when the first time he said to me, do you like it? We put it on the screen, the gold coin. Yeah, I like it. It looks good. And then he turned it and my head was on it. And then they all started laughing because he said, you are our Kentucky Fried Chicken. Because in Kentucky Fried Chicken, you have the guy who's also having his face in his business, Captain Hartland. So that makes it, for them, he said, yeah, but it's good. Then they see a face. It's crypto with a face. We make crypto with a face. We make it for humanity. We have a social charity feeling kind of company. We do microfinance. We're a social company. So we have to be social. We need to give it a feeling, and it gives trust to the people. And by the way, then they started laughing really hard. They don't know you, so probably they like it. So we start.
I believe we've lost him again.
Oh, we lost it again?
Yeah, we lost you again. Yeah, yeah. But now
I'm
you're
back.
back. Now you're back.
Now I'm back. No. So at the end, what happened is that where were we? Where were we?
With the idea of creation token with a face.
Now you. Hold on, Bob. We can't hear you. No.
I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're here again. Great.
Okay, I'm back again. Okay, yeah. Super. So let's hope it goes well. No, so what happened is at the end of the day, what was the last thing you got?
We were, what we hear is that you were, I'm losing it a little bit now, but before we saw your logo and then you were going on and then we lost you every time.
Oh, there we go again. So what happened is at that moment, where we went up, they started presenting me the coin, and at the coin they put my head. They started laughing really, really hard, and they said, "Yeah, you are our Captain Hartland, like Kentucky Fried Chicken." And Bjorn eats a lot of Kentucky Fried Chicken, so he liked it, and he started laughing at it. And he said, "You know what? It's crypto with a face, because crypto is good for humanity. Crypto is also having a better function. It deserves a better."
Bob? We are losing, unfortunately, Bob again. Let's see.
That perspective where it's meant for.
Bob, you were talking about a function and then we lost you with the sound. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. It's now better?
Yeah, now we can hear you again. Yeah.
Okay, so what happened there is that he said we need to have crypto. We need to have crypto as a much more important thing for the world. It's meant for the function of crypto can be much more bigger than the function that it has now. And when you have it on the blockchain, crypto can be used for much more things than has been happening now. The name of crypto, especially with the carbon pollution, is very bad at the moment. So Bob, with a face on a coin, it gives a reliable thing. It gives crypto literally a face. And if it gives crypto a face, yeah, I don't know what to do. A lot of people say turn on the camera, a lot of people say push it on, and the other people say push it off. Can we know what I should do? Is the connection now good or not?
We like to see you, and I think it's the same about Bob. So let's try to see you. I will switch off my camera so people can see you and really pay attention to what you're saying. Okay?
Yeah, I'm trying to put off this AirPod, but this is a new one, and I don't know how to put it off actually. So it's getting there. Now I'm getting this one off. Maybe I'll put all my machines around me. I'll put them off. Then it might help better. No, it doesn't work. liked the story. And we started explaining how the story works, how it works with the balance and how it works with the value. And the value started going up. And then at the same time, I was meeting Ellen, with John, with a lot of people from Evorich. Guys, this is what we're doing. This is how we show it. You can buy the coins at the STO cap. Just start off with it. And in the meantime, Ellen told it to Armands. Armands told it to Mila. Mila told it to Alina. So it started going through a small group.
Bob? Oh, this is so sorry that he's losing connection.
And the whole,
Bob, we lost you at it is going through. So you were explaining that when you started out with the Bob coin, that some people were, you know, informed and also interested into the what you were doing and organizing, and then it stopped with your story.
And people put in the chat maybe to use a mobile device. So if connection is not good, try maybe Bob from mobile, so at least we can hear you.
Yeah, that's what I'm now trying to see if the mobile works. Let me get it on. Yeah, let me check. So there we go. The connection here is very, very bad. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, Bob.
No, then we can proceed.
Yeah.
So what happened at this moment is that actually the whole coin and the whole thing was going and moving. And we started selling a lot of coins in the first weeks. STO cap, Mila started buying. Mila got it from Armands. Armands got it from Andrey. So I met Andrey for the first time in Moscow, in Dubai, my other house. So at that moment I was meeting Andrey. Also with Evorich, you have a responsibility. And there's also a charity piece in Evorich because I was already myself participating in Evorich quite big. And with that investment, yeah, he was listening to me and said, Bob, it's a good idea, but it might be too fast, it might be too young, because what you're doing might not be the road that we're taking. I said, Andrey, we're having a partners now, Suzuki Yingcheng. The funny thing was that we had to make contracts, and the contract we were making with Dentons. Dentons were making all our contracts with Suzuki, and Dentons is one of the biggest law firms in the world. And they liked us so much that they said to us, hey, Bob, you don't have to pay the invoice. We want to be your partners. Can we join in? Because it's a good project that you're doing. So we had all the free advising of Dentons and all the good lawyer companies there. So what I did on purpose, I gave a lot of coins at the beginning to a lot of lawyers worldwide, which made me having the legal opinion constantly on what we're doing. So I'm a lawyer myself. So we made a road, what is possible, what is not possible. And the funny thing in the crypto world, there are a lot of things are possible, a lot of things are not possible. But as soon as you go to the border of the real world versus the crypto, then authorities get very nervous, as we know. Banks don't like it because we're literally putting a stop to the old economy in that way. So we have to see what is not forbidden. You don't have to see what's allowed, you see what is not forbidden. That's my opinion. It's the other way around. If you ask a policeman, well, is it possible? He will say, no, red light, you cannot drive through. But he will never say to you, a green light, you can pass. He will always say, red light is forbidden. That's the only thing that the law says. The law gives what is forbidden, not what is allowed. So we're searching for holes, what was around, what's possible, what's not possible. So we took a very long time to find a good jurisdiction for the crypto. We find a good jurisdiction in Hong Kong, where crypto is very welcome and where possibilities are there. Where is it not possible? Where is the most difficult is the SEC in the US, which is one of the most hard authorities. So we don't start there. And then you have to find out what the possibilities are after becoming an STO, because an STO is very nice, but an STO for a basics cannot live very long. The best STO, I did a lot of seminars for students in the universities here in Holland, because I gave lectures as well for universities to teach people how IPOs, STOs, all those things work. And it's simple. An STO is like a birth, it's like a pregnancy. You make up an idea, that's where the lady gets pregnant. But then you have to wait for 9 months, and then it gets mature. And when it's mature enough, it's not an STO anymore. It will become a baby. It's not a pregnancy anymore. It's a baby. And after it's a baby, it becomes a small child. The child starts walking, and then it walks away. Then it's an adult, and then you have a really big company. But what happens with an STO is completely in value controlled by a balance. So if the balance is $100 and there are 100 coins, the value is $1 per coin. And if the balance grows to 150, it's $1.50. So we know in our company, for instance, that we can grow 20 to 30% without any doubt every month. So we will keep growing that because we know that if we have 4 motorcycles on the road, the 5th motorcycle is paid automatically the next month. So that's 25%. And it's even a little more, but if you deduct all the costs, it's 25%. So a month later, we're adding from the 5 motorcycles, we're doing 1.25 motorcycles to it, to 625. The next month, we're adding 1.5 motorcycle, we're on 8. So every 3 months, we know we double the company. We know that organically growth, but that's on the balance. And that also will let the coins grow because the coins actually are owned by the balance. Balance is owned by the coin holders. So what we did, we constructed the company in Hong Kong, and we give that company 100 million tokens, 100 million shares. And at the same moment, we decided, as the shareholders, the founders of the company, we decided to turn around all the tokens, all the shares into tokens on the STO cap. And the tokens have the same rights and the same ideas as a share. So it's almost the same, only you don't have to pay when it's a loss, because there will never be a loss, that's our luck. But you have the same.
I'm getting online again, Bob, because we cannot hear you. Let's see when Bob is coming back with his interesting story.
It's tradable.
Hold on, Bob. We just lost you. You were talking about 100 million shares, and then suddenly we lost you somewhere.
Yeah. So what I want to say, and what I'm trying to explain, is that we made a company 100 million shares, 100 million tokens, and the 100 million shares we converted into tokens. The tokens have the same value as a share. So actually, the token holders are the shareholders. So at that moment, what happened then is that doing that and having said that, you say that the value of the balance, which is the company is the balance, represents the value of the token. And if the token is
we're just waiting a little for Bob. We might try, Bob, when the token is, and then I lost you. Okay, we lost you.
When the token is how do you say it? When the tokens are when the balance is growing, the value of the token is growing, and when the value of the token is growing, then automatically from that point on, we have a lot of webinars, 6 to 8. Yeah, I know you have long webinars, but I think it's important to hear this story and to also hear how an STO works, because I think that's the big thing in average. A lot of people don't know how an STO works, and that's why I'm trying to explain it to you in a very simple way. As soon as an STO is born, the value of the token
Bob, let's see if he's getting online. I feel it's a very interesting information that we...
At that moment.
Bob, we lost you at the value of the token.
I'm getting crazy from this.
I know, I understand.
Yeah, but it's very hard to give a story.
But in the chat, everybody is like listening to you. It's like, let him take his time, because everybody wants to hear the story from you. So.
Yeah, but I also see the reactions that people say, we're not interested in that. We have long seminars. I know that you have that. It's important that we know the structure of an STO and why an STO is and can be successful. But the problem is, so if you have the value of the balance and you divide it by the number of tokens that's given out, then what happens at that moment is that your growth of the balance will increase automatically the value of your token. That's what it goes. That's called organically growth. example is what I just gave. If we have four motorcycles, automatically we know we're getting a fifth motorcycle out of the income from the first four, it will be 5. But the next month you don't add 1, you add 1.25 motorcycle. So it's 625. A month later you add 1.6 motorcycle, so you're on 8. So the growth, it grows faster and faster and faster. That's organic growth. And that's the same as in the network. It works the same way. But then at the end of the day, your balance grows, and you can also do extra investment because people buy extra coins, like what happened to us on the STO cap. And we saw our value growing from a little over 12 cents when we were going public towards almost $11 at the end of a year. And we said within a year, we want to be tradable, because a lot of people ask, and they are absolutely right in that. They lost me again, or is it going well now?
It's all going well now.
Okay, now it's going. No, because I see some comments that they're losing me again. No, so what happened is after a year, we keep growing and growing and growing. But what you want, and that's the question that people ask if they invest, the first question they ask is, when can I sell my tokens? When can I make it cash, like a share? And that's a problem with an STO, because as soon as you let people buy and sell, then your connection with the balance is lost. So for instance, to give a clear example, my balance is $175. I have 100 tokens. The value of the token is $1.75 at that moment. But Ellen decides to sell her token for $3. Does that mean that the balance then is then 300? No, that's the value that Ellen wants to give it. That's an emotional value. It's called air. It's positive air, because Ellen thinks it's value more. And Mila says, I like to buy it for $3, and she buys it. Or maybe Armand says, I don't believe it anymore. I sell it for $1, and Ellen buys it for $1. Is then the balance $100? No, the company stays the same. But because of the emotion of the people, Armand's having no belief, Ellen is having belief, the price goes fluctuating. That's positive or negative air, as I call it. That's the emotion. That's like in shares. So if you look at the value of Tesla, and you take the share value on the stock exchange versus the balance value, what happens then is automatically from that point on, you see that the value of the balance of Tesla is completely different than the sky-high value of the shares, because all the people believe in Tesla. So what I'm trying to say is that if an STO starts trading their coins publicly on an exchange, a whole different comparison.
Bob, we lost you a whole different game, and then we lost you. Sorry.
So that means that automatically what happens then is that at the moment that you are selling your coins or tokens on exchanges, then the value with the balance, the connection with the balance is lost, because the emotion decides the price. It's not working like that, I see from Khalid. Khalid can explain it to me later, please, because I think it works like that. Because as soon as you're publicly tradable, that means that the emotion of the person that buys or sells decides the price, what he's willing or not willing to pay. That's the most old economic law. And in an STO, people buy, for starters, always on the balance value. So the value which is made by the accountants or the one that calculates, they pay that value for that coin. That's why in the first year, with us 12 months, with some STOs at 24, with others it's 36. Within that period, the value is an artificial value. It's not a real value. It's the value of the balance, which you keep converting into real balance. That's why you can do this with companies if you can follow the balance very well. What happens then, as soon as you go tradable, then the emotion starts deciding the price. So then you're not an STO anymore. Actually, I said, an STO is only a lifetime of a very short lifetime. It's a lifetime in what the white paper decides. It can be 6 months, 12 months, 24, 36 months. But you have to decide if you begin an STO at the beginning, how much time do I need to gather enough money that my child is healthy enough to get born? Read, we bring it to public exchanges where the coin is tradable. And how can you do that? So we decided when we started the STO, we promised our people, we will do it in 12 months. On April 1st, it should have been brought to exchanges, public exchanges. We saw it gathering so much fast money that we already have December said, guys, we're going to make it earlier. We're going to announce very early now. We're going to public exchanges. We're going to turn around our tokens into coins so you can trade them. So the people were very happy. We kept our promises. We were even 2 months ahead of what we expected. So that we were quite successful. Our only issue was that the value of our token went up to $11, which is too high to start trades with on public exchanges, because from a consumer perspective, it is not possible to start a coin at $11 because
we're just waiting patiently for Bob to come back, and I think
everybody was happy.
Bob, we lost you at $11 that you could not introduce this to the market. Yeah. And then we lost you.
Okay, no, so what we did, we had to cut our Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi was cut. We had to cut our coins into a smaller value. The value was $11 when we ended tokens. And we said, that's impossible because if you go looking at exchanges, a normal coin will not be able to, I'll tell Alina later on because this is a question Alina keeps asking us on Telegram. It's very important that we see an $11 coin, which will not be tradable because people don't like to buy 10 or 20 or 30 coins. They want to buy as much as possible. That's why the coins with a lot of zeros are very popular, which I think it's ridiculous because people don't know the feeling with the amounts anymore. You have to count zeros. So we said we divide our tokens by 10, and everybody that had 1 token gets 10 coins. And the coin value is not $11, it's $1.10. So that's how we cut our coins into 10 pieces. It was very good. Everybody's happy. Everybody received 10 times as much coins. Only the value was divided by 10. So everybody was happy because now we have a tradable coin. We start putting it on exchanges, and that went quite quickly. We entered the first 8 exchanges in February, and we're now stabilizing the sales there, which means that our STO was turned around actually in an ICO, as everybody calls it, but it's not a straight ICO. Because when people say an ICO, you will always see that an ICO has the name, and that's why a lot of people, still 50% of the people don't believe in crypto. They will say it's only air, there's nothing underneath, there's nothing underneath. People get nervous from that. So we started looking and investigating. These guys, this is not an ICO. This is an ICO. Technically, it's an ICO, but if you look at it in really like in the thing itself, it's an ICO with assets. So it's not a pure ICO like Bitcoin. So we made an ICOA, which means an ICO with assets. Everybody was looking very strange at the beginning. So what's an ICO with assets? An ICO with assets is actually the birth of a child that comes from an STO. Because as soon as you end the STO, you have the obligation to be tradable. And if you're tradable, you cannot say I'm an STO because the value is not decided anymore with the balance. So you have the obligation to go from an STO into something else where you say the emotion here mostly decides now the price. That's why it can go up and go down. That's why we said we're not an ICO. We don't consider ourselves an ICO. We consider ourselves an ICO with assets. Technically, we see you're an ICO, but you're an ICO with assets. That also means you have the advantages later on. Probably dividends, staking, all those things will come because the profit of the company needs to go back to the coin / token holders. So the token holders, which are coin holders now. I also still like BTC. I see commented somebody don't like BTC. I still like BTC as well. what happens there is that at that moment that we were doing the structure, we were sitting in Dubai with Andrey, go back to the storyline again. Andrey said, yeah, it's too young and our company doesn't want to go into Bobcoin yet. It's too small, it's too thin. It's Andrey, this is the road that I'm taking. We're going to make an STO. After the STO, we'll come up with an ICOA. And we're going to do it like this. Within 12 months, we will immediately bring it to stock exchanges because legally what we do is possible. We have the best lawyers in the world. We have a lot of lawyers in the world. We tested it. Nowhere it says it's not allowed. Nowhere. There's not a law that says what we're doing is not allowed. So we can do this. And everybody was smiling a little bit. And Andrey said, you know what? I give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to put the money of the company in the scale, but I believe in you. I give you the benefit of the doubt. Give me 1 million tokens. So he was the first one that actually bought 1 million tokens. So it went quite well, and he bought it. And it took me a year. So after a few months, Andrey called me a few times. Armands called a few times. I had a lot of contact with Mila, a lot of contact with Alina, with a lot of people in Evorich. She said, well, it's going quite well. Yeah, it is going quite well, actually. And we are doing a good job. So the good thing was that we were growing and growing. And then by the end of December, we decided to make the step from STO earlier as expected to an ICOA. And that's where the whole discussion started all over again. Guys, how is it possible that Evorich still didn't make this step? But they went in a different path by lawyers, chosen by lawyers, led by lawyers, which I already said last year, guys, this is going to be an issue. I think they're on the wrong path because they're choosing for a path which will lead them in the hands of the authorities, which will say, no, we're not happy with this. We don't allow it. They will never say, we like the idea of ICOAs or ICOs or STOs. They don't like the idea because you're going against the whole stated and the whole standing community and the whole system of banks and IPOs. Because an IPO, I can say I have the experience, is a nightmare for an entrepreneur. It makes you so inflexible with so many rules that it's almost impossible to do these days. And the authorities will never say, hey, guys, welcome, you find a way to go around it and you make it yourself easy. So they don't like it. But my STO cap was standing. In the meantime, a lot of people, also other people said, hey, Bob, I have a company, I have a balance. We grow automatically every year this percentage. We are looking for investor money, which the banks are not so fun to give. Why can we not put it on the STO cap? I said, guys, the first thing I want to do with the STO cap, let me do my trick with Bob. Let me see if it works. Let me prove that it works. Let me make the investors happy. Let me show them that, hey, guys, this is how we grow. Then the birth is coming. And after birth, it also goes well. And if we're on all the exchanges and it's traded when it works, guys, then I can say we made the whole loop from one point to the other point. We made it from A to B. Everybody's welcome. So I also shared this with Armands a few times. So Armands, if my system works and it works like we see that it works, and we still expect it to work, more than welcome to come and talk and see this. So nothing happens for a few months. We went to the stock exchanges. It started going. My coin was going up. And we had the birth. We had the ICOA. The Bitmart opened. Lbank opened. XT.com opened. Whitebit is opening. Coinsbit is opening. The B2B P2P is opening. Knaken has opened. So we had a lot of exchanges already opening our coin. And we were launched and we're trading and we're going. The expectation still with our coin is that we trade it up to $10 before the summer. And by the end of the year, we should be in $50. But the good thing was that I didn't tell you yet. After we really launched our company, a lot of partners came to us. The United Nations with UNITAR, United Nations Environment Program came to us. A lot of mayors came to us. A lot of governments came to us and said, Bob, can you help us make our country electric? So I met in the last 6 months, and that's known also when you look at the socials. We met 6 presidents, an enormous number of ministers. I built a team around me in Africa. We built a team in China. We built our factory with the new model in China with a production line. That's all online. You can see it everywhere. Also, the brochure will be shared with all of you. You can see with the links, you can see the movies, you can see how we produce, you can see what we build. We build tuk-tuks now, we build tricycles now. The whole thing is going and we're trading. Next week, we're meeting the president of Gambia and Senegal again. We're delivering in Senegal government to 232,000 motorcycles in the next 2 years. We're opening headquarters all around Africa at the moment. So we're pretty successful, and that's what at the end of the day what counts. And the machine that I made and the STO cap which I made is just a machine where you can bring a company into an STO and the company spits it out after 12 months. Because I say for an investor, if he invests money, after 12 months, he should be able to say, I stay in or I go out. You cannot capture people in for a very long time. That's not healthy. And it also doesn't improve the idea in the head of your investors. They get sort of, how do you say it? They get, claustrophobic from it. Because they have the idea, hey guys, we are a company, we raise money, and now I can decide myself if I want to sell my investment or I keep it. But we say, if you do it from the STO cap and we have the frozen periods within the STO cap, we slowly bring it now to the market, and within a period of 2 years in total, that's what we wish. Officially, the rule is 3 years after the birth, 2 years after the birth. We try to do 1 year STO with our company, and within a year, all the coins in the STO cap are defrosted. People can trade freely, but it's a very clear, fine, well monitored.
Bob, we are loving your energy and passion
Where I was born.
and information, but we lost you in the last minute.
Okay.
But it's going better. It's going better. So let's keep on going with your great story.
So where were we? What was the last thing you heard?
Sorry, I couldn't. I cannot repeat the words again. Just rewind. Sorry.
I will go back. I will go backwards. I'll ask my wife if she can put this thing off.
Bob, we were at the 2 year defrosting period, 1 year STO and 1 year defreezing.
Okay, I think I'm there. Am I there?
Yes, you're here.
Okay, I'm there.
I hear you loud and clear.
So it's quite good. Evelyn, can je dit ding eruit of niet? I'm asking my wife now, but she doesn't understand when I want to put my iPad off because the iPad disturbs our whole internet connection. Get it. Kijk, hij moet gewoon uit. Okay, put it in the car, whatever. That it's out of the zoom of the Wi-Fi. So what happens is that when the STO is born, okay, so what happens is that when the STO is born, we say in a healthy situation, you have a company, you have a business plan. From that business plan, you want to make an STO because you think that the balance will grow organically. Plus, if you have extra investors, it's very clear. Have the STO cap, yeah?
Bob, we lost you from a business plan. You make an STO and then we lost you.
Okay, I'm trying it again. I'm trying to stay, because it's really frustrating.
I understand. We have patience. I see it all in the chat.
Yeah, okay. So what happens is that if you have a good business plan, you want to make it an STO. You ask people, but it's very important. There are two very important points when you make an STO. Point number one is you have a balance which stands. That's corrected and it's checked. Number two is that you know if you add money, what will happen to your balance. So it needs to be a clear communication between investment money and the growth of the balance. In our perspective, very simple. With us, it was if you invest $1,000, you get a motorcycle extra. The motorcycles delivers that money that can go to the balance because they will be cashed within a certain period. So it needs to be a very clear connection between the money that's invested plus the balance. Or, that's even better, you have an organic growth in the balance. So you know if you have 4 motorcycles, the next month it will be 5, the month after it's 6.25, the month after it's 8, the month after it's 10. So that's also very important. So they have two things. If you have both done, then you have to say, guys, what is the period that we're going to take to keep the people that invest the money in the STO cap and they cannot sell? How long does that period can be maximum? If you choose for a period, it can be 12 months, 24, 36, then you have to keep that period. We said we can do it within 12. But we always want to do it in 12. Why? Because we think the scope of an investor should be investing, and after a year, he needs to have the choice, I stay in or I stay out. But the question is, if you really go rapidly in a value, you also afterwards make a defrosting period of maximum also 12 months, so that you know, investment, 12 months later, the defrosting starts, people can start selling slowly, and after 2 years, they can be completely out. That's what you wish, because then people can decide themselves. You give the liberty to your investor and your people. So that's what we decided in our STO cap. We decided always 12 months is the maximum amount. What happened then is that I said to Andrey, your scope is quite long, but we can do this, we can help you with this. If you ever want to bring one of your companies towards the STO cap, feel welcome. We are here. We know how to do it. We did it before. So now we'll think about it. So 2 months ago, I said to Andrey, how are we standing? Yeah, there's a lot of things, this difficult, that difficult, a lot of difficult things at the moment for Evorich because of the structure that they've chosen. It's a structure which is chosen by the lawyers of Evorich. And obviously, they advised not at the best point towards the company. And it went down a little bit everywhere in possibilities. So it took them much longer as expected. So I said to Andrey last week, Andrey, but you still have your coins. Why don't we do it differently? Why don't we, you see now what we did. You have 10 million coins, he had 1 million tokens, 10 million coins. Why don't we start talking to Evorich? Because at the end of the day, the STO cap value is decided by the number of participants that you have. Because if you are able to have the confidence of 1 million people, and you say, let them all invest $10, you have an enormous idea of investing. And that's also where the idea ever came from with Evorich and with Andrey. If you can move an enormous crowd of people with small investment, you have the most powerful platform in the world. And I strongly believe with the number of average people that are in the network, it is one of the most strongest.
Let's see if Bob is coming back.
You promised, no.
Bob, yes. We lost you at the number of people with the community, what the power is.
If you look at the community at this moment with 1.7 million people, it's extreme. And that is extremely powerful. And that was the whole idea of Andrey at the beginning. So the idea was very, very, very good. Because if you are able to move 1 million people, then you have an enormous investment power. Any company in the world you can buy. And we have proven this with Bob. Because we've proven, hey guys, there was a business plan. We made an STO. We let it be born to an ICOA. And the ICOA is now successful in the exchanges. So we see that we're successful. Last day, I told Michelle yesterday, Michelle, watch it. We had a huge problem last week within our coin. And we had a scam. We won the scam. Few people bought coins. 200,000 coins were lost. But immediately the community, as a community, started pushing it. And we bought it all back. But as a community, we did that. So we went up. I said, Michelle, read my words. Tomorrow we're going up because
Bob, let's see when you're coming back.
base.
Yeah, Bob, we lost you at read my words. Tomorrow it's going to go up, and then we lost you.
So it goes up quite quickly. So I also told Michelle yesterday, Michelle, watch it. The problem we had with the 200,000 coins, it will be absorbed by our community because I will give some speeches tomorrow to my own people, to my own community. I'll tell them this is going on, and they will absorb it because they know if I say that we do something, we will do it. I think, don't get excited, we lose you. The good thing is that if you do that consequently and you give good newsletters, clear communication, and no too long seminars, but very clear communication, small letters, boom, 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 people know what to do. That's what we did. And I said to Andrey, if you have your 10 million coins, why don't we show the community that the actual idea that you had, your main idea was, let's build a community where we can invest with. Let's revitalize that idea. Let me show your community that this idea is not stupid. It's really a good idea. Why don't we give your coins, which you already paid for a very low price at that moment, 30 cents, which ended up now at, I think, $20 almost $1.50, $2, which is 20 old dollars. So it went up from 30 cents to, let's say, today, $1.80, $2, and maybe today, $3. That means $30. It went up 100 times in a year. Why? Because we have a strong community. I am sure that by the end of the day or tomorrow, our coin will trade at $3, $4, $5 easily. Why? Our community is strong enough because they want to absorb the whole supply at the moment. They know what's going on, and they know that we're going to Africa next week again. So the company will start increasing in value. So Andrey, why don't we split your wallet over all your members?
Everybody is working together in the chat, what I see. Yes, we are with splitting the wallet. So let's see when Bob hears. Bob, we lost you at splitting the wallet. Why don't you split the wallet?
Yeah, so I said to Andrey, why don't you split the wallet, Andrey? Why don't we split your wallet, give your coins to your shareholders, make them enthusiastic, very enthusiastic, show them an STO really works. So what happened then is Andrey said, yeah, you're right, because your system has worked, and we have a problem with our legal structure that we've chosen. Exactly where I warned them a year ago, guys, watch out. You're choosing a battle, and you don't want to battle with the authorities. It takes too long. It's gonna, at the end of the day, it doesn't make you happy because you cannot keep your promises to your investors then. You have to postpone in time, and to postpone in time is always very painful. Investors don't like that. They get nervous from it. That's why I always want to keep my promise, whatever happens. So Andrey said, okay, let me then split my wallet, my personal wallet. We bring it into Evorich. And in Evorich, we split it all over the people. We divide it. That was my main goal. And for me, the most important thing, to show you all, hey guys, an STO works. But keep it simple. Don't make it complex. I always call Evorich a fruit basket. And in the fruit basket, there can be very, very good fruits. Apples, bananas, pears, pineapples, oranges, anything can be in there. But for a lot of people, it's very complicated to see what's good, what's not good. If you put the fruits next to each other, they can rotten. If the basket is not strong enough legally, you can get issues. I always say, keep it simple. So what we do in the STO cap, we brought Bob as a Bob coin. That's the Bob company. Healthy, checked, working, communicating, giving newsletters, sending movies in the world, what's going on, sending out interviews, sending movies from where the motorcycles drive, interviews with our employees, everything. That's a separate piece of fruit. I said to Andrey, if this works, why don't we? I offer to you, like I also offered to my brother who's in real estate, to make a real estate coin. Andrey, if you have a very healthy piece of fruit in it, we check it, we take the balance, and we bring your piece of fruit onto the STO cap as a separate piece of fruit. So within a few months, whatever happens, I will pick a piece of fruit. It can be a piece of fruit of my brother. It can be a piece of fruit of Andrey. And I will put it on the balance. I will call it like the gold mines. The gold is a very good example. I would say, Andrey, you're a gold company. Why don't we put it on the balance? We make a gold coin. And then people can choose. I buy Bob coins, gold coins. And if they don't, and after a year, the gold coins is tradable. It comes from the STO cap into NICOA, and then after 12 months, whatever happens, it's tradable. You can sell it, you can buy it, do whatever you want to do with it. Because then people can choose to stay in or go out. For me, it's a very logical thing. And if it's gold, and then the next piece of fruit is basalt, we take the basalt out. We hang it separately, but not as a basket. We hang it separately. Then people can choose. It's much better to control. You can see it, you can follow it, you can make newsletters. You can be much more specific on your investments. And it also makes it much more clear what is going good, what is going not good. People can follow what they're interested in. They don't have the obligation to be in a investment that they actually don't like, because they might do an average, they might do an investment that you don't like, but you're part of the fruit basket, it's in your basket. So I think that would be a very good structure. So at the first, everybody had to get used to the idea. But I said, let's start as a basics to give everyone that's in average involved, give them the possibility of the coins to Bob. Give your Bob coins to them. And he said, I will do that. I promised that also in the closed seminar. He promised that. And today we have the honor to tell you that the whole people, everybody that has coins in average, have the possibility now to go to the STO cap in a few days. They will get a password and they will get their login. And with that, they can go to their wallet and they see their own Bob coins. Those Bob coins are still in the STO cap, so they're not born yet. They will be born from May 1st, they will be completely born. And then they will be defrosted and you can choose to any possible wallet, wherever in the world where you are, you can put them in. So I advise all the people in average at this moment to wait a few days, receive the login and the password. Change, of course, your password to your own password. Put 2FA authenticator on it for security. And then you have your own wallet in the STO cap where you hold the frozen Bob coins. Those coins will be defrosted. May 1st, we start the defrosting process. And then from that point on, every week you can push your defrost button. And every week you can defrost a little piece. And you can bring it to any possible wallet you wish. It can be your MetaMask. It can be to LBank, to Bitmart, to xt.com, wherever the Bob coin is sold. Bring it there. You can sell it. You can keep it. You can look at it. And it's your choice because it's your investment. It's your thing. It's a gift from Andrey to the people of average. So I would wait a few weeks, a few days, then you receive your own login. I would today also, if I were all of you, open an account on LBank or Bitmart or xt.com or one of the exchanges, that you already have a wallet there and that you can see the trades of Bob. I tell you, in the next few days, the trades in Bob will be enormous. We know that because we're opening new exchanges. Whitebit is being opened and we're adding a lot of investors at the moment. So a lot of investors are coming and the value will, I think, at least go to $10 in the next few weeks. I would say to everybody, I would advise them, as soon as your login is received, go look around in the STO cap. You only see one coin at the moment, the Bob coin. Please realize that we're going to use exactly the same system because that was my promise to Andrey, to the people in the STO cap, which I think is very important, that it's all about network at the end. We had the MLM system in it already. We adjusted a little bit in the advantage of people because there's a lot of number of people in average. So your rank will be exactly the same as you currently have in average with the same reward system as average has. So it works exactly the same with referral links. It all works the same. It's not for now, but it's for the future as well. Very important. It might be very important if we actually bring new projects or we do new projects. In that way, when the ranks are changed in average, they will also be automatically changed now in the STO cap because we promised that we would go with you to the new concept. So it communicates together with average. So if you do something good with Bob in the STO cap, you will also see it back in your average portfolio in the next few weeks. The integration of that takes around 2 to 3 weeks max. But the good thing is that we already have put the whole tree in it. So it works. You see your current status, you see your current value, you see everything in there and the number of Bob coins that you receive. So we're reading that all, how it needs to be. I think it's going to be an amazing period that we're going to experience. I hope that you can also follow the STO cap a little bit, of course, that you can see what we're doing there. I hope that you can also see and follow the new investments that we do. I still very, very much believe in the whole major idea where Andrey ever started with, in Evorich, making the investments, making it STO, and with the enormous strong network behind you, like he has, because people can comment anything they want to comment. But let's be honest, it's an extremely strong network. We know that we're going to introduce new coins in the next, and coins / investments / companies in the next 3 months in STO cap, because we now have proven that BOB is successful. We see that the coin went up from 12 cents when we started selling publicly last year to almost $20 now, divided by 10 because of the diversification. So if you look at it correctly, we started at 12 cents, which is now $20 almost. We are successful in that. I think that we can contribute as well with our knowledge to have the possibility and to speak to people from Evorich to see if there are possibilities that we take investments of them, like the bigger investments, we put them also in the STO cap. Of course, that also means that the people that are now the participants and the owners of Evorich will automatically, again, same as with BOB coins, receive coins in the STO cap on that investment, because you cannot take the investment out of Evorich and then say to all the people that are already in Evorich, thank you. That doesn't work. So they will get the same equivalent share in the coins again automatically, but then it's a separate thing. So if we would take out, for instance, the gold mines or basalt, and we make a gold coin or a basalt coin or a speed train coin, whatever, then automatically you'll also receive, of course, in that investment that's on STO cap, then you will receive your coins. And we are, for one thing, sure, we're standing for that as STO cap now. So that as BOB personally, I stand for it, that I say, if we promise that we bring a coin to the stock exchange within a year, publicly tradable, like we do, then it's a promise, and then it stands, and we have to do it. Whatever happens within the year, it's tradable. That's what we promise, and that's what we do. We do what we promise, and we promise what we do. And we do what we say, and we say what we do. That's, for me, the most important thing in this thing. With BOB, we've already shown now that we promised to our people, guys, within a year it's tradable, and it is tradable. And we are tradable, and you can find us on Bitmart. You can follow us there. Ask Michelle, ask Ellen. Yesterday, I called a few of the people in Evorich. Say, guys, watch it the next few days with the community coming up, with my community, which I'm giving speeches last night again. The coin will go up. It went up this morning from, I think, 60 cents to $2, and it will go up much higher the next few months. I want to be with BOB within the next 6 to 8 months. I want to be in front of the African Union by stating, guys, we are adding $100 million motorcycles into Africa. That means every main capital city in Africa will receive for free from us 5,000 motorcycles. We will give that to the mayors of Africa. Why? Because they will supply us the infrastructure that they have to supply us the infrastructure. So we turn it around. We collect $100 million. We give that in motorcycles to Africa. And then the infrastructure is there. We will be the new Tesla on 2 wheels within a year. Why? Because we think it's necessary, because the necessity is there. The EU is behind us. UNITAR is behind us. UNEP is behind us. We think we do something good for the world, but we also do something good for ourselves as passive investors. So it's an active income for the people that we're supplying jobs for. We created last week, I don't know if Armands has shared that movie, we were on the national television in Senegal, that we have created the first 125,000 jobs in Senegal. And I'm actually pretty proud of that, because I think it's a big thing. If you one small person from Rotterdam can say, hey guys, we created 125,000 jobs within a year, I think that's a very, very big achievement. And it will be also done with other projects that we do. If we make a promise, we keep that promise. And I think what we're now going to do is the next few months, we will show the people in Evorich who have doubts about how it goes further. Please do me a favor, follow what we're doing. And if necessary, Evorich and all the people in Evorich are always welcome with us to see how we do it. We are there to answer any possible question if there's a possible question. Why? Because we think transparency is the most important thing at this point. That's why we always show off. People call it show off, and I always call it show off. It is a show off to what we're doing. We're weekly making movies, blogs, Everything is on social. Constantly, you can follow what's happening inside the company. I think that's very, very important. It's a big thing. But what for me is very, very important, that we have the trust, the confidence of our investors, the confidence of our network, which I have always enjoyed. Our investors have been very loyal to us. Why? Because I think we've been very transparent, and maybe at some points too transparent. Sometimes we have to say, guys, we're in confidential negotiations. Like I can now say that we have the invitations now from the government of Gambia, we have the invitation from the government of Gabon, Congo Brazzaville, Mozambique. We have all those invitations. We have them here actually. And that works because we can show it. We also show that we're there. Why? The transparency is something that people deserve because they pay. Who pays decides. And our investors are the ones that should lead the company. I'm only the one that's doing the job on behalf of the investors. And I hope that I can help Evorich and the people of Evorich to show that the whole idea of an STO is a very clear and maybe even one of the best investment products that there's ever been made. The only thing what at the current moment the problem would be and was and is how quick can you bring it to the exchanges. Yeah, we have found a way. We know the road, we know the path to do it. And the only thing I can say, I would be very, very happy to show it to the world and to the community of Evorich as well. And I'll hope if I can find a role or I can do something with it, because I also have a private investor in it, although it's relatively for me small compared to what we do now, but I still respect the money that we've put in. And if you make an obligation to someone, you have to keep it. And I gave my word to Evorich, guys. Let's see what we can do for each other. I'm very happy that we are onboarding all the people of Evorich inside our community, and I think it's also a very brave step from Mila and Armands at this moment to say, hey guys, we open our network. Let our network see how an STO also can be very successful. It's a very brave and a good step. And that's step one. We need to follow up, I think, to see within the next few months, hey, does the community have the confidence in Bob and the Bob coin? That means, are they going to step with us? Are they going to show, hey guys, it's a mutual agreement that we have. Let's follow this one. We have the coins there in the Bob coin. You got them all for free. You can buy extra. You will see you make money. If that confidence is there, then for us, it would be very pleasant, and I think for Evorich as well, to investigate and do due diligence and research how we can cooperate in a higher level. I think that's the only thing I can offer, no more, no less. Yeah, and what else do I need to say? I'll give the word back to Mila and Ellen and all the other people. Again, thank you very much also, Richard and Michelle from Australia to organize this for us and to take the initiative to ask me, well, what is going on? How does this work? I'm always open for questions. Probably most likely I will give a few more seminars and webinars the next few weeks for questions. I'm always open to that. I'm really happy to make an hour a day free to listen to the community of Evorich, listen to the community where the problems are, also to the management and the top leaders. All due respect, if there's something I can do for you, feel welcome. Don't hesitate to ask me any questions.
Thank you so much, Bob.
I'm sorry for the bad connection.
I know that didn't matter. Actually, we talked several times. I know that it's always very exciting to listen to you. I'm looking at the chat. Everybody is like getting energy, very excited. I do think that you explained it very simple. So more and more we can understand how to bring from an STO and how to bring it to the market in a way, in a quicker way, different way with the ICO with assets. Very thankful for, of course, the presence of Andrey, but also very excited about the new collaboration. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing, for your energy, for your focus, for all your work, your efforts, that you're sharing this with a very strong community. And I would say we can see a lot of successes that are coming together, working together. We started out with you as a private investor in the World Crew. I still remember our first talk. Thank you so much for also taking time with us to explain and be open to be available to so that we can more and more understand about the project. Also, I read the email that everybody will receive through their email in their back office within Evorich. In this also, it's very clearly stated what the steps are. Also there, I see a number because people also are anxious to know how many Bob coins will I receive from the president of Andrey. And what I remember, Bob, if I'm right, it's 2,550 world crew.
Yeah, against for every 2,500 world crew that you have, you get one Bob coin. As said, you can already follow the Bob coin and buy the Bob coin and sell the Bob coin at Bitmart, Lbank, and all the big exchanges. So that's why I say to the people, it's very interesting. I think that's also very, for the learning process, very important. That passively you're receiving whatever, if you want it or not, you will receive a password and a login of the STO cap. In the STO cap, you can go in and you will see your own Bob coins. In the month of, what is it?
May.
April. Oh yeah, in the month of April, the coins are there. They are in your back office. You own them. You go through everything in the STO cap. You're there completely onboarded. Your referral link is there. Your possibility to buy extra is there. Everything is there, but the STO cap Bob coins are holded till May 1st. At May 1st, we start slowly defrosting them. Why? Because a lot of coins were sold in the first year, and we don't want to dump on the exchanges that people start cashing too quickly, because we know we have to protect the people for that as well. We know our Bob coin is currently trading between, I think, $1.50 and $2. And I expect the Bob coin to go to $10 before June, July, August. And by the end of the year, our expectation, and we know that, it's going to $50. Everybody will think that, hey, we've heard this before, but you can also ask, and that's my big advantage at the moment. I don't say something, I have track records. We can ask Ellen, and Ellen is now on the screen in the camera. Ellen, I think she bought the coins at around 20 cents. That was a token she bought. So in coins, she bought it for 2 cents. And currently the value is $1.50 or $1.80 or $2 today. Within 1 year. Alina is also one of our things. It's not a secret. Armands owns coins. It's not a secret. Mila owns coins. It's not a secret that Andrey used to own coins because he also bought them for a very low price. And you also see exactly who I met first. I first met Ellen, who bought it for 2 cents, and Andrey bought it for 3 cents, 30 cents in tokens. So the whole thing is that I advise the people, and that's the learning process, which is very interesting. If you have your wallet in the STO cap and you have your login and you put your two-way authenticator and everything is in there, do me a favor, please today make a wallet at Bitmart or Lbank, buy one Bob coin and see what happens there. You see it going up and you will see that it starts moving to $10. You will see you're all making money at the moment. That gives the trust, but you know at May 1st, your coins from the STO cap, your Bob coins, will go there. So for me, it's very important not to sell you guys all one Bob coin. I don't really care for one Bob coin. What I care about is that you can say, hey, no matter how big or small it was, in the track record of, if you look back on my birthday on July 31st, if you look back, you say, hey, the guy was right. I bought that one Bob coin and look what happened. He made that step. Like I told Ellen last year, I don't have to do this. Join if you want to join. If you don't want to join, don't join. But look what I'm doing. I tell you what I'm doing. I tell you what I'm going to do and where we're going. The same thing as with Bob coin. Do me a favor. Wait for your password and your login. You know that the wallet is there. Your coins are owned by the group because of the president of Andrey. But do me a big favor. Look at what's happening. Lbank, xt.com or Bitmart. Make your account there. Do your KYC. Buy one Bob coin and follow it. That's for me the most important thing. Then you will see, and in the worst case scenario, it costs you $2 or $3. In the worst case scenario, you can say, hey, the guy was an idiot. And in the best case scenario, you think like, oops, he was right. Now I'm an idiot because he told us that it was going to happen. I always told when I started the Bobcoin, a lot of my friends started laughing, of course, and my father and mother, they thought that I was suicidal to put my face on a coin because I was confident to have this done. And I said to my friends, okay, if you really want to make me a Kentucky Fried Chicken, do it. And the good thing was, I told my friends when I was started selling it, guys, later on, we will have two sorts of friends. One friend that is very happy, and one friend that is now very happy not to do it, but it's going to be an angry friend later. And maybe if we convince an angry friend right now to buy them, he will be a happy friend later. The more people that say no to you now and say, I don't buy it, the more fun you will have later on. And also your authority will go up. I told Michelle yesterday, and ask Michelle, she can witness this. Michelle, tell your friends now, it's at $1 and it goes to $2 tomorrow because we know the community is coming up and we're onboarding so many new people. I said, Michelle, in the worst case scenario, they say to you, are you out of your mind? I don't do it. But tomorrow they will regret, and the next time you say to them, do it, they will ask, how much do you want me to do? Always in your investment network, it's the same thing. If you know something is going to be successful and you're sure of it, start saying it to the people, because later on you'll have a big advantage. Either way, they're also joining you and they are successful as well. If they're not, also good. The next time you say something, they take you seriously. Do me a favor. Get yourself onboarded in L-Bank, Bitmart, XT, Knaak, and any of those exchanges. Buy one Bobcoin, follow it. Just follow it. No more, no less. Then you will see that I was right. And this is exactly, then you have the full path. Then you can see from that point on, you have your wallet in the STO cap. You have your wallet in, let's say, Bitmart or L-Bank. And you know how it goes. So the next time an investment comes, you see it coming into the STO cap. We announced it in the STO cap. The coin starts going. After 12 months, automatically the STO stops. It becomes an ICOA, and boom, it's to the market. Then you know the full lesson. That's why I want you to experience from this point on. Hey, it starts with a business plan. It goes to the STO cap. The pregnancy takes 12 months. And after 12 months, it comes out. And after 12 months, automatically, it will be tradable in the exchanges. Because next time I go with a project to the exchanges from the STO cap, they say, Bob, welcome, come in. You know how it works here. We did it before, and we're going to do it many more times. So I hope that my explanation was clear to you, and more I cannot do. And if there are any questions, that's that.
What I just hear, it's not only about gift, it's like a stepping stone that we received a gift of Andrey, and then they said it's also the collaboration right now that you and Armands and Mila are also now looking for a best project from the World Crew portfolio to bring it out within the next 3 months, what I understand, to bring it to ICOWA. So it's exciting, and everybody is like,
Ellen, it is an exciting thing. And also, what is maybe for a lot of people very eye-opening, please check our website, www.bob.eco with a C, bob.eco. Check that website. You will see all the newsletters, and you can follow what happened the last year. Read the blogs, see all the movies, see the factory movie. Then you see how we work. It's a method of working, and every project that we will do from now on, we will immediately do it the same way, because I think it's important.
Yeah. So everybody who do not know the project yet, go in, get the information. I know that within the email that is made and that we all will receive, or maybe you already received the PDF in another way, but there's also links in there so you can see more information like white paper, tokenomics. It's so it's all transparent. It's a lot of information, but start reading and start seeing what this project is all about. I'm already following this project since I actually, after I think a few weeks or a few months that I met Bob. So very excited, of course, because we also do something, this project is bringing good things to people. One of the things that I remember reading the information and just listening is that in one of the countries in Africa, it was, when they're working for the whole day, it's about $4, what I understand, for their fuel. and they only keep $1 instead.
No,
Something like that. There was something, Bob, because it really struck me. It's like when they are driving electricity,
it's different. The thing is that if they now, the poor people in Africa, if they are able to lease a motorcycle, they pay around $9. They do 40 rides a day in average, which makes them $20 a day. But if you pay $9 a day on your lease of your motorcycle, you pay $5, $6 on gasoline, 4 liters. That means you only have $4 or $5 left. So what people do is they don't insure themselves. There's no insurance, there's no medical insurance, there's no maintenance, there's no security on the roads, not only passively for yourself that you can kill your own motorcycle where you make an accident, but also the people you drive against. So it's double dangerous. And what we did, we said, hey guys, if you really want to improve the world, let the people pay $9 a day, which is 50% less than they pay now, but also we include the electricity, the power, they don't have to go gasoline. We have the full maintenance inside the motorcycle. We make corporate agreements with the biggest insurance companies in Africa. So we fully insure the driver, but also the passenger. And we'll also medically insure the family of the driver that leases the motorcycle. So the motorcycle driver is very relaxed because also his wife and his children are having an insurance on their medical insurance, which is extremely innovative in Africa because a lot of people are not insured. And we think it's a very important moment in the world. That's why we also made a deal with Orange Mobile. And we have an Uber app developed for the motorcycle especially. And having that developed, the best thing is that we can not only follow our motorcycle drivers, but we can also help them to get bankable with Orange Money, for instance. In Africa, they're very far with paying each other electronically through Orange Money, so through your mobile application. So what they get from us for $9 a day, they get a phone, an intelligent phone, a smartphone, including the Orange Money application, so they can pay digitally to each other. They get more rights because people can call, like an Uber, they can call the Bob. They have full insurance, full medical insurance for the passenger, full medical insurance for the family, but much more important, they don't have any maintenance on the motorcycle. And everything is paid. So it's an all-in-one package. So they don't have to think, hey guys, I only made $18 a day. I already have $9 plus $5 on gasoline. I only have $3 left for my family, or $4. Yeah. No, they know their cost. And if there's something happens, we give them a new motorcycle automatically.
Yeah.
So that's how it works.
That's great. That's great. And also instruction, what I understand in education. I'm going to bring on also into this call Armands. Armands, are you available to give us some extra information why this cooperation is so important and how this will also add and also to the value of the implementation of the new mission? Armands, are you there?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Woo! Hello.
Okay, so great to see all of you here. And Ellen, thank you so much for amazing hosting, Bob. So you're always brilliant. I know that you love to talk more and more because you're excited about your project. And I know that there will be more meetings like this, so where people will be able to ask you questions. We have today several questions that I would like to ask you. But guys, I would like to also bring to attention that Michelle and Richard did an amazing job. So they approached Bob, and then I would say so many people start to share this link. And the reason why today we are, let's say, bringing this together with the translators, because you know that our main priority is to give proper explanation to our people. And that's what happened. So people started to get these links. And then when they get the link, they start to ask me and Mila questions. Hey guys, I seen that there will be Richard and Michelle organizing the meeting with the Bob. Is their translation be available? And then we said like, no, nobody asked us about any translator. And now, after that, so we decide to organize it with all our translating possibilities. And I would like to say big thanks to our interpreters who are right now delivering this information from you, Bob, from you, Ellen, from Mila, from all of you guys who are texting in this chat to every single language that we have available. So I think that this is a, let's say, bright example how from just one idea, which was approaching by Richard and Michelle, Bob, asking the questions, inviting him to the platform, then the synergy of the sharing this information went so well that we were forced, okay, to step in and organize this. So I hope that guys, you get the point behind it. That's why today it's a little bit wider than it was planned. So hopefully the community of the Richard and Michelle are not disappointed, because guys, you were the one who actually brought this to all the other languages, to our partners around the globe. Today, I would like to share a little bit what will be the next plan, okay? Bob already mentioned so much about how it started. Yes, at that time, it was very risky. And Andrey Khovratov, our CEO, he said, like, we already invested in so many startups, so we can't right now invest. And then we made let's say, some agreement with Andrey, and I said, listen, at least do that for yourself. And today we see that Andrey gave back his entire, let's say, amount of tokens, and he invested into the global investment portfolio, which actually shows that, yes, as a human being, everyone is making mistakes. And Andrey Khovratov also made the mistakes with choosing the partners, made the mistakes with other things. But what he did, he gave back more than he actually lost in these mistakes. So that's why I would like to, guys, one more time remind you who was the initiator. And right now, Andrey is not able to be here, but I would like to send him, you know, love hearts. I would like to send him all the appreciation for every single thing that he did in my life. And I believe that here are the people who also get so much value from it. And then we, I was pushing from, that was a GoPro team. If you remember, by the way, do we have here people from the GoPro team, which was actually for 12 months led by me? I think it was 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, probably 2020. And you remember, so I brought Bob because I realized that this is a brilliant idea. This could be a huge benefit. And now I would like to say to those people who are sometimes, you know, let's say, taking so long to make a decision about, is there a value if you pay for any courses? I will tell you from my personal experience, guys. I personally paid for so many trainings, and every time you get the benefit. I can't remember any training, and I'm not talking only about our company. I'm talking about the other trainers who was actually giving me the value. I met people there. I organized some businesses. I made some investment. So every single time when you invest into yourself, into your personal education, into your personal development, there will be always reward. And those people who been back then with Bob, who heard this first time, all of them had this possibility to get at the crazy cheap price. And today, yes, it took 1 year, but now we see the result. And thank you, Bob, for keeping your promise, pushing all the way through the ceilings and even higher. This is amazing to have you on the board. And the reason why I'm talking about to have you on the board, that yes, guys, we spoke to Bob Ultee and also Andrey Khovratov, Mila, and we spoke and we said, hey, listen, you have experience. You have today knowledge. You have today proof and strategic mindset. We would like to invite you and become one of the strategic partner in our company. And Bob said, hey, yes, of course, I will finish with my Bob coin. And when it will be already on the all exchanges and the price will be skyrocketing, guys, I will be happy to join to your team and plan and create the strategic move and plans into successful future. So Bob, one more time, thanks so much. If you would like to add something in this regard, so please, you have this word, but yes. Are you happy, Bob? So here are all our people, all the Evorich members. So they are here. And let's share with them, what was your answer?
I'm very happy with all the people, and I'm very happy that I had the introduction and the power to speak to all of you today, to explain our story, to see what we do, and to show you, hey guys, this is the idea, this is how we met Evorich, this is our main idea. I was very happy and proud and honored, of course, that you gave me the opportunity to speak to all those people, because we had, I think we did a good job. I think we did a good job to finally start up the corporation, which we, looking backwards, should have done a year ago. But on the other hand, it's never too late. I'm very happy that Andrey also sees, yeah, this is a good possibility for all of us, and we are now using the opportunity to actually show the people first, giving them coins in the STO cap, letting them make in.
We lost Bob for a little bit.
For a short time, probably.
Hopefully.
Well, that's...
I know that he has a flight.
Let them experience.
Sure, Bob, we lost you.
Oh, we lost it again.
Like a last 30 seconds.
Yeah, sorry, I go again. No, the thing is that I'm very honored, of course, and I think it's, can you hear me again or not? Yeah, you can hear me again. No, what I think is very, very, very important at the moment, that we have to say thank you to Andrey by giving us the possibility again to show in real life education how we work. And we need to give the people now the choice, and network the next, let's say 6 to 8 to 12 weeks. Let's show the network where we're capable of. Let's show if the road of the STO cap is a good road, not a better road, but a good road, not a better road. It's a different road, but maybe people like it. What I would like to do, and the challenge I would be happy to take with the whole community, it's more than 1 million people. Guys, let's show the power of our community. Let's today, tomorrow, start this education process. You will get for free now from Andrey, because he paid for this. You will get your coins. You will see how the STO cap works. From that point on, what we need to do is very, very important that from that point on, we say, open an account on xt.com, Bitmart, Lbank, Dcoin, Coinsbit, Knaken. Open an account somewhere, buy 1 Bob coin, because this education part will show you exactly how we work. And that's also then in 6 or 8 weeks, we might do a poll with all the people in Evorich, with 1 million people plus, and we say, hey guys, there is now an opportunity. We go through due diligence processes. I will keep talking to Mila, Andrey, and Armands. Hey, is there a possibility that we can do more together? If we can do more together, if we can move this on together, and we can say, hey guys, let's push this forward, and we can take the investments, and we do 1 of them, we test 1. And after 12 months, you will see it comes out of the STO cap, like we always do. We make a promise, and we do what we promise what we do, we say what we do, and we do what we say. Guys, I think it's very, very, very important that we have the people onboarded, because without a trusted network, it's all for nothing. It's worthless. If we are able, with the management, the top management of Evorich, top leaders, and I would like to be happy to, I'm an outsider. If we are together as an outsider, me, plus the top managers, are able to have the mindset of the people, to show to the people, hey guys, this is the path that we're taking, this works, because look at what's happening to Bob. Today already, and that's what I told before also in other seminars that I gave to you in the GoPro last year, the seminar that I gave there, I explained how supply and demand works. We know if 1 million people today start buying small amounts of Bobcoin, automatically the value goes up. It's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. Guys, if we are able to now show with the enormous network and background that we have, with the power that we have, the investment power, the brains, the knowledge, thanks to also the educational programs that we all had, if we are able to exploit that, to make that into a commercial value, because that chance is now there, because we literally can.
I think he will be online soon, Armands.
I don't want to interrupt him, so you know,
like,
when he's getting in his flow, that's it.
Yeah, then you're getting there. So
absolutely.
If you cannot find it, Miranda says, I cannot find it on L-Bank. I just found it this morning at $1.60 or $1.80. We are on, you have to see BOBC, B-O-B-C, that's the coin, BOBC, Bob coin, that's it.
Okay, so
Armands, I cannot stay anymore. So
yeah, Bob, I know that you have to fly. The only thing that I would like to tell you is like with the Godspeed, so bring us good news. We will be waiting for the next meeting, strategic meeting, where we will decide what will be the next step. In the meanwhile, I would like to share that what is in my plan, what plans I have today in order for our people also to understand, and our partners and leaders to understand the path. So the first thing that we are right now doing, we are integrating entire network, so into the STO cap. So the STO cap, that will be the platform, and in this platform, so what we'll be doing, we will be taking out, like Bob said, one fruit of the basket, and we will be putting there, and then there will be every single person who will have World Crew, you will be having X amount of extra coins, which will be given to you for free when you will, let's say, when you will see them on the STO cap. And the reason for doing that is that Andrey Khovratov promised, and he will never go back. He will never forget about his promises, so that his promise was to create the global investment portfolio. The global investment portfolio, and for those people who are asking what's going to happen with the World Crew, nothing will happen with the World Crew. The World Crew, that is just a, let's say, name of STO token, which means that is a token on the blockchain, and behind this token there is an asset. All right. So this is the meaning. So now, if we are talking about STO tokens or any other form of IPOs, because behind every token there is a share. Behind every share there is a company, and behind the company there is an agreement between other companies like Basalt, Global Unit Pay, Unitex. There is agreement, and we are literally holding the shares. So we were planning to put those shares in the form of the STO token, but unfortunately, these things happen, and right now we are not able, all right, to move towards USA jurisdiction. That's why we have to make this pivot. We will get through the STO cap with one of the project every single one of you will get some piece, all right, in form of the coins in that STO cap from the project that we will choose from our basket. You will keep WCRU in the same basket, all right, but some piece will be taken to the STO cap. And then we will make a try and see how it will go. So hopefully that is clear. The worst case of scenario, all right, in case if there will not going to be the right jurisdiction or things will change, or this situation in the world will be affecting everything, guys, me, you, and every single one of us, we are having shares in the company. There will be IPO possibilities. There will be other possibilities. So this is very important for all of us to understand. So now press plus if you understand this move, like why we are making this step. If you didn't get it, press minus, that I can see that there are people who are still, let's say, who still need more more explanation from our leaders. So I see that here in our English chat, so we have all pluses.
I think the minus is broken. Nobody has a minus.
No, there is a couple minuses. Okay, Lynn. Again, probably those people who have their own investments already in a different field, so they understand what it means. However, all of you guys who didn't get what I just said, let me rephrase it, or let me make example. Let's talk about McDonald's. Okay, everyone knows what is McDonald's. McDonald's is a company. McDonald's has a shares. McDonald's today has a business. Okay, so listen me very carefully. I'm giving you the simplest explanation. And this McDonald's shares belong to one person. So now these shares could be placed on the STO cap, and it will be similar like a Bob coin. Or it could be placed on the T0 or any other STO platforms, and it will be in the form of the security token. So far, so good or not? So now, if there will not going to be move towards security token or towards the STO cap, still McDonald's has their own shares. Our company, World Crew Incorporated, that company has all the shares, and all these shares, guys, belong to us in terms of the amount of the WCRU that you have in your back offices. Now, when you take, this is your full basket, and you take out one fruit from the basket, what is happening? You have one fruit less in this basket. And then you go and you open with that one fruit, either that will be way towards the STO cap, or that will be way towards the IPO, or that will be the ICOVA. The basket still remains the same. Is it clear? For those, I would like to see pluses from those people who put minuses. If that makes more sense, then please reply. Okay, awesome. Okay, Daryl, if you didn't get it, so then please get in touch with your upline, with your leader. We will be doing a lot of other, let's say, trainings where we will be explaining, because as myself, Andrey, and Mila stated earlier, we are one big community. And this one big community have to have a proper understanding what we are doing, why we are doing, and what will be the result at the end of the road. Okay? Great.
Well, thank you, Armands, for explaining. And I see a lot of excitement. I always know that the number 8 is a very important number for all of us. And if you are very excited about the new collaboration, the new steps, the new developments, please put 8 in the chat. I feel that we are, although we are all around the world, probably maybe in our house or in our office or maybe at work or in our car or whatever we are, I feel the excitement going with all the projects that are in the company, and now also with the BOBcoin project with it, and the possibility to look also for the possibilities for a project within the World Crew portfolio to bring out to an ICO way out. So it's the with assets. So I'm very excited also. Just look at the different webinars that will be there in the coming weeks to give you more information. If you didn't get it the full way, just please listen to the recording. Next to that, also listen to the other webinars. So we all get a better understanding about the new developments. And we see a lot of developments within the technologies, within crypto, within a lot of things. So it's learning fields. We are in the middle of learning fields, and every time there will be a new possibilities, we need to understand. We want to understand. It's very important. And I love the way it's explained, very simple. It's structured. So let's going on this way further, and let's keep it structured, and let's also support the project. It's for all of us. It's within the World Crew portfolio. It's a project that is giving us new possibilities. And I want to thank Mila for, as a CEO and director of Evorich, to introduce the new way and the new project within Evorich. I want to thank Bob for his enthusiastic way of simple explaining and even learn. I think he educated us also in several things so we can get a more understanding, but also the way he tells about and shares with us. You shared with us, Bob, about the project. It's an amazing project. Please go into all the information so you have more understanding about the project. We know what we're talking about, but also what we are co-owner of. Thank you, Armands, for being online. I know that you're also very busy. All three you are. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you, Armands, for getting us more understanding about the World Crew and about the way that the company is going right now with this project. I think it's adding a lot of value to our community. Let's have a great day. If you are at night, let's have a good night of sleep. Again, I just thanked Richard and Michelle. I had Richard on the phone. He was inviting me to their webinar. Thank you so much for your initiative. Thank you so much that it was very important to, after the PDF that was going around yesterday, that we all will receive with the email in our back office. So watch your email, that it was very important for Armands and Mila to do it with a corporate webinar. It's all also because of you. So thank you so much. And everybody have a great day.
Ellen,
Yeah.
so I have here people who are asking, and I think that they didn't get it. So let me just answer one question.
Okay.
What will happen with World Crew? The World Crew will not gonna be going to the STO. The reason for that is our CEO, Andrey Khovratov, is Russian citizen. And because he's a Russian citizen, and since 24th of the February, there is a crazy things going on in every single country. And right now we are, let's say, preventing, okay, ridiculous move. So that's why we will not going to be doing this move. we will be postponing. And what we will be doing right now, we will look where will be more safer to move entire STO basket. I hope it's clear. Right now, we are looking into the Bahrain. That is a crypto-friendly jurisdiction. And then people are asking, okay, we were waiting 365 days plus 1 month. So now it should be unfrozen. Guys, let me give you an example. If you go to, let's say, USA, let's say AT&T office, and they are asking you to take a ticket, and then you are sitting in the queue, and then your queue is, let's say, your turn is to get, you know, and talk to the manager. You've been in a queue, you were waiting with a ticket in your pocket. Now you're handing this ticket and you're saying, okay, I need to have ABC. And they're saying, unfortunately, we are not able to serve you. And then we are going to the different country, let's say to Europe, right? Or you are going to, let's say in the same country, you're going to Orange. And now you're saying, hey, listen, I took the ticket in AT&T. Can you please serve me without being sitting in a queue? It's impossible. When we move to other jurisdiction, there needs to be terms and conditions met, what is done, what is provided by that country. If we are moving to China, which is one of the plan, okay, then we will be forced, okay, to move according to terms and conditions. If we decide to move to Dubai, which is another possibility, we will be forced to meet terms and conditions. If we go to Bahrain, also we have to meet terms and conditions. So that's why right now, all of you have possibility from the first fruit that was taken out from the basket, Bob coin, you are able to join that fruit because this is already free on the market. And this is just example how the investment works. You invested, after 1 year, it's on the market. The next fruit we will take out, we will invest, it will be on the market. In the meanwhile, we are working on our security tokenization, which jurisdiction, which country we will choose, who will be there. But one thing that I was mentioning before, every single one of us, we have shares in the main company, and you are all small piece holder of Basalt, of Gold, of Global Unit Pay, and other businesses. I hope I made myself clear. There will not going to be any questions anymore regarding this, and there will be official statement sent to every single one of you. Thank you so much. Ellen, back to you.
Thank you, Armands, for adding this information. I think it's very important for everybody to know. So in the coming weeks, they're looking for one project to bring to the ICOWA with assets. So very excited which one will be the best to look at. I think with this collaboration, we can see a lot of energy, but also expertise and structure. So let's be very happy. Thank you all for your time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being active in the chats. It's wonderful to see. This webinar was really prepared just before yesterday because of the initiative of Richard and Michelle. Thank you so much, and have a good night's sleep in Australia, Sydney, in New Zealand, and for everybody around the world, the rest, America, good morning, and for in Europe, have a good, and Africa and the rest of the world, have a good day, and see you all really soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.